Well, hers clearly worked too, because she got in. True. Hers clearly worked. I didn't mean that to sound so dickish. Hers clearly worked. That was clearly that worked.
Hey guys, it's me Claire. Welcome back to another YouTube video, or welcome to my channel. So this weekend, I'm in St. Augustine, Florida with my mom and my mom's friend. And today we've just been going around different stores and just looking around and having a good time. And that is why my hair is all messed up, but don't worry, I will be fixing them. Because tonight we are going on a ghost tour, and I've been on one of these before and it was really fun, and we are going on the same one because we like the person that does it. So the time right now is 6:30 p.m. The tour is from 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. and it's basically where we go to different historic places and we get to learn about the history of them, and we get to hunt for ghosts. So it's really fun. So now I'm gonna straighten my hair and I'll see you guys after I do that. Okay guys, so I straightened my hair and now I'm going to put some makeup on, so let's go. So I did my makeup and that is the last step of getting ready, so I will see you guys when we leave. Okay, so this is my mom's friend Gina, and we are all wearing matching pajama pants. Glow stick necklaces.
Make sure you have 3. I actually did 5 tonight. When you do a lot of knots, you get that nice little compounded area like that. The reason for that is you will be utilizing these first and foremost as your pendulum. They make great pendulums. They're very visible if we're in dark areas, and they do catch attention, and they're weighted really nice. But the other thing they are is a trigger object. Just in case you're not familiar, a trigger object is something the spirits are familiar with, something they expect you to be wearing. Alright, a nice flat, even surface. Flat plates to play with, they roll the ball, everybody's comfortable with that. But I don't believe they're used to the equipment and the attention here. If I'm correct on that, can somebody sound that off for me and let me know? You guys are not used to it and don't know what to think of the attention. In person, do we know who was at the REM pod when we first, like when the other tour group left?
Sound like you just said, oh.
It started going off. Do we know who that was over there on that device? That's the REM pod that we're talking about. Okay? So for our friends in spirit, we have 7 of you guys here. Hopefully you'll help us out with this. Can you please tell us what color this little necklace, this thing right here, is right here? Can you reconfirm? If you already said it, I might have talked over you. What color is that glow necklace? See if you can get it in one quick burst. What color is it? Yeah. Well,
Directed to his line.
So, yeah. So they can see us generally if they're within, close range. They can see colors, they can see what we're doing. Spirit language is universal. A lot of times we get questions. St. Augustine is a Spanish city. We have a lot of French influence, British, that type of thing. Spirit language is universal. Yes, without bad. Now there's 2 very big differences. Over the years, a good friend of mine actually ended up, she was going to spend the night with a girl that their grandparents lived in that house. This was back, my friend Jennifer is now 62, she was 12 at the time. So her mom comes over to drop her off at the house, and her mom is not a believer in the ghostly stuff. We're talking about the Stanberry Cottage that we just passed. So at that point she tells Jennifer, she's like, there's something about this house, the 3rd floor really freaks me out. You're not staying here. She's like, your friend can come stay with us. You can blame it on your brother and sister that I need you to watch them, but you're not staying at this house. So that has always been a weird spot. We've actually had 3 of the glow necklaces or medallions, which we use sometimes, which are the jewelry pieces you guys might have encountered before, removed in front of that house. And one night we had somebody's removed. They had 3 knots in it. We actually put it back on the person because it was like the beginning of the tour. We went over to St. Francis Park at the last spot of the night. We had told whoever it was we were tying it back on the person and that they were welcome at the end of the night, they could claim it. And so it actually dropped to the ground at St. Francis Park again. It was 3 knots each time, but we do believe it was somebody from that house. Kind of a strange spot. Intuitively, before I let you know about the area that we're in, how do you guys feel over here? Anxious? What do you feel?
Headache again.
Headache again? I've got it kind of in and out, but I think that's somebody who's traveling with us. So this that you're standing upon is La Soledad. It is one of St. Augustine's oldest Catholic burial grounds. So the archaeological team comes in under the direction of Dr. Kathy Deegan, and they do some sampling in the basement at Villa Flora. And they find multiple burials directly in the ground, no coffin, no casket, which would signify early Spanish period burials. They were buried in shrouds. The shrouds are a gauzy covering. The shrouds were long gone, but there were numerous shroud pins. We're the oldest city in the continental United States, currently 455 years old. That's 42 years older than Jamestown and 55 years older than Plymouth. But during our history, we have burned to the ground fully, pretty much, 2 times and lost everything. And then in 1914, we had a horrible fire and we lost our archives building at that point as well. So a lot of our history is very scant. There's a lot of holes, a lot of missing information. So they had no idea why there were people buried over there. You're going to take your glow necklace. You're going to use that as your pendulum tonight. Is you want to come out from your waist and you want to essentially make sure that you hold it in the good, only the light. You will not provoke nor entertain anything of a negative nature. We ask that if you're comfortable with our group, maybe you came with us from one of our other groups, we have made a connection with a few people so far. The undertaker is a gentleman that we now know looks after this particular burial ground. There is a common spot where we find him, where we've had photographic evidence of him over here. I'm curious, anybody pick up a spot where you think the undertaker might like to watch over this particular ground from? There's been a Catholic school on that property since 1750. Very long time of children being educated by the sisters. To your left, the retirement and hospice care for the sisters. Point while we're investigating words on your lamps. Very good. And I'm going to try to light back here so I'm not moving around and making a lot of noise once we get started. All right, so just out of curiosity, as we begin in here, anybody have any thought process on this location? Anything come to mind? This particular lot, as well as the building right next door to us and the Floridian, for those of you guys who park next to it, we sit on the old Spanish Dragoon barracks. In the late 1500s, all through the 1600s, and during the early 1700s, this is where your mounted Spanish soldiers actually resided. We believe that we're on the old kitchen part of the property. Only the good, only the light. We will not provoke nor entertain anything of a negative nature. We do ask that any of our spirit friends that have joined us from our other locations, or if we're just connecting with you now here at the parlor, hopefully you guys will get comfortable, have some fun with us, make some noise, let us know that you're here. We have the mirror right here. You're welcome to utilize that if anybody's able to use that as a portal. I did want to point out, I'm going to light again and sit down, but I was noticing, don't know if any of you guys can notice, but I think I saw you noticing, we did get some movement on this particular device right here. So if we had anybody over here at the casket that was moving the device sitting on top of the casket, can you please move that device again to where we get 2 orange blinks? In as quick of a pattern as you can, energy-wise, just 1, 2. Temperature chirp. Do we have anybody strong enough to move that box? strange. So the car went by, but the cabinet never rattles. Generally.
Oh, that was my chair.
Oh, okay. No, not that.
No, before that.
Up here,
the
it was
cabinet
like
like tapped.
It sounded like the door when it tries to open. I heard you shift, but this was up here, and it was like kind of like that.
Oh.
Is somebody up at the doll case trying to open it? If you are, can you try to pull the door open, please? Let us know if you're up there, or tap on it if you can't get it open. That's the noise right there that I'm talking about. It's hard to open. It has a little bit of a vacuum seal.